though so many of the BNI members that I know really just pay attention to what's going on in their own chapter. Maybe not paying attention to the other BNI chapters in the neighborhood, in the city, in the state, in the country. And it really is an international organization. And so I'm excited today to be joined by someone from another nation, so halfway across the world ish. Very excited to have you with us, Mikhal. So good to see you.
Hi, Tiffany. Great to be here too.
Yes. So,
Thank
where in
you.
the world are you?
So, first, my name is Mikhal Heffer, and I am located in Israel, 20 minutes from Tel Aviv and about 40 minutes from Jerusalem.
Well, we're super excited to have you here with us today. Kyle is a 14-year BNI member. She is the founder and CEO of Lichi Translations. She studied Chinese at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and spent a summer semester in Taiwan and a year studying at Beijing University in China. At the start of the at the start of her career, Mikhal accompanied Chinese delegations to Israel as a Hebrew, English, Chinese interpreter. That must be a lot going on when there's not
Yes,
two, but three languages.
yes, yes. And when Chinese people don't speak any Hebrew or any English, it's a challenging position because I'm the only person in the room that understands the parties.
Wow. So she founded her company in 1997 in Israel, and it's a company that currently offers multilingual translation services in all language. She says any language to any language. Now, since 2010, she's been a member of BNI, this international network, and she's going to talk to us today about really making it an international network and using it. Though I always like to share something that nobody knows about her. She loves swimming, open water swimming. She swims every other morning all year round, summer and
And
winter.
winter, yes, and when it's
I
cold.
was
I
going to say,
love
how cold
I
does it
love
get
the
in the
freezing
winter?
cold weather too. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Well, we're very excited to have you here with us today. We have great to see you. Good morning, BNI from Spiritual Soul Abhiva.
Yeah, hi, thank you. Yeah, nice
Right.
to see you. Yes. From
So,
one
as
of the
you
international BNI groups.
Excellent. So
Yes.
as we go through today, if you have questions, thoughts, comments, please put those in the chat. Otherwise, Mikhal, I want to turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about this idea of doing BNI internationally.
Well, so thanks for the introduction. I've been a BNI member for 14 years, and most of the members, as you said, do the BNI on a very low scale, on a local scale with their chapter, and they do it, maybe they go and visit other chapters in their region. But BNI is an amazing platform. I like to talk about like a Swiss Army knife. You can use the scissors or the cutter or the knife or whatever the little tools are. You can use one of them, you can use maybe two or three, but Swiss Army knife has tons of little things in it, and you can decide how much of this tool you're going to take advantage of. So this is the same as in BNI. If you can be really your local chapter, have one-to-ones with your members, get referrals from the members in your chapter, or you can go to, let's say, other chapters. But many countries have lots of chapters. You can maybe travel a little bit here and there, but why not use the full range of opportunities that you have, that BNI has to offer? Because BNI is an international organization. I don't know how many, 70 countries or so, 11,000 chapters around the world. This is a great potential. Now, my business as running a multilingual translation agency is very natural for me to be in touch with BNI members from all over the world. So it's just not something nice. It's really a good way of making connections and getting business. So I really took advantage of this international platform. Now, mind you, this was way before COVID, okay? Because I didn't start this like now when, okay, everyone knows that we are on Zoom, but once upon a time, BNI wasn't on Zoom. It was only face-to-face chapters around the world. So what did I do once upon a time? First of all, whenever I traveled, I went into bni.com and find a chapter and I found people to meet with. And when I travel, I love meeting people because I'm a people's person. BNI is like so nice for me. It's just, like being part of my personality is to meet people. And when I go overseas, so yeah, I had one-to-ones with people in different locations, and I love it. So so what I do is I go to find a chapter in the bni.com, and then I contact some people and I say, oh, maybe the area director or something, or one of the people in the chapter that looks interesting for me. And then I'd set up, say, okay, I want to come to your meeting. Is that okay? And I got them to invite me, and then I set meetings. Now I visited chapters in the UK and in Barcelona and in Paris and in south of France and Portugal and in Tokyo and really, Germany, Italy, of course. And I went to lots and lots of chapters around the world, France, quite a few. I don't even remember just wherever I go. In Moscow, wherever I go, that's the first thing I do because I want to see if I have BNI connections.
Mm.
Now, and now, by the way, this is a great way of turning any vacation into a business trip. So you could say, yes, I had a
We're going to be there for
conference.
a week. I'm going to work
Yeah.
for 90 minutes at the BNI meeting, and it counts, right?
Yes, it counts because it's a business meeting. And let's say I remember I went to Berlin to one of the chapters, and I have a little giveaway that people remember me. I have a little, let me see if I have one here, a little tea bag with, you see, it goes like this, a little tea
Ah,
bag with my name card in it, and it has a lychee flavored tea bag, and people remember me wherever I travel.
nice.
And after one of those meetings, I got a referral from one of the members that referred me to a member that was not in that meeting that day, but he needed a translation
Mm,
project. And I did like I don't know, a 3,000 euro project. So that covered my business, my trip. So
nice.
it was really, yeah, it doesn't happen that often, but once in a while it happens and it's worth it. And I really met people everywhere. So this is the first thing, is really to get a good network of people. Um, Nowadays, I do now. First of all, nowadays everyone knows about Zoom. So I know I've met people visiting kind of BNI chapters in I don't know, 100 or 200. I mean, it's much easier now to visit international BNI chapters.
It's so much easier now,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
especially with some of the capabilities of Zoom, because you can turn on closed captioning, you can do live transcript. There are some, depending on the account, you can do some translation. I think it makes it much easier than it used to be. Though
yeah.
I met somebody the other day, and she was like, "This is my second Zoom meeting ever." I'm like,
Oh my God, seconds. Where was she? Where
that
was she
was what
before
I was
you?
saying. I'm like, how in the world do you? And like, I was one of the early adopters. I was on Zoom. I remember looking when COVID happened. I think I started my Zoom account in 2017. So I've
Ah,
been hanging around Zoom for a
yeah.
while. But yeah, most people nowadays, you would think they know what Zoom is.
Yeah. Now, I also was another important tool that I used was is a GPT, not the
Mm,
Chat GPT, the first GPT that it was a GPT as a global power team. This is a BNI chapter that was established like in 2012.
mm,
And it's not exactly a chapter, it's a power team because it's not official. And it has BNI members from all over the world meeting through it. Now it's Zoom, but before we have go to meeting or
mm,
something webinar. There are different platforms. So we've been doing it from over 10 years. And by the way, when BNI International faced the COVID and oh my God, what are we going to do now? They consulted us because we had a lot of experience on doing the same
mm.
Zoom meeting, the meeting online. So I've been also I was the president of that chapter for a while. and that also gave me a good start of meeting people. So obviously, the first people I wanted to meet are my fellow GPT BNI members that I knew from the online meeting. So I met quite a few of them over the years in different locations, whether I traveled overseas, and some of them also came to Israel for delegations or meetings. So it was really a great way of meeting people that we know from the online.
Nice.
And what else? I have another really amazing. I think one of my highlights of the international meetings is during one of the calls on the GPT, on the international BNI chapter. I announced that I'll be traveling to Italy, because I always like to let them know, because who knows who's around. And on that call was a BNI area director, and she told me, "Oh, you're coming to Milano. Why don't you come to visit, to attend a BNI, a launching of a new BNI chapter?" So, and
Nice.
then said, "You can come and be our international guest speaker." So I said, "Okay, that's an exciting opportunity." So I traveled to Milano, and then I went to Saluzzo, which is a town, and they told me that I'll be the international guest speaker. What they didn't say, that in the audience there will be 450 people. They
Nice.
they brought lots of visitors for that
Yeah.
launching event, and I gave them a little, like I would say, an education slot about how to do BNI on an international level. Just what we're chatting now, but a nice slides, and I was on the stage, and the aerial director Daria Castagna, you might know
Oh,
him.
I
He
know
was
Dario.
Yeah, so he was the
Yeah.
one who invited me, and he was my interpreter on the stage,
Ah,
and it was really a lovely, exciting event. I was really, it was, one of these lifetime memories that I will always cherish. Now, in the audience, this is not the end of the story. In the audience, one of the members was a lawyer, and he's a descendant of a Jewish family, and his grandfather was the only survivor of the Nazi
hmm.
occupation and the deportation of the Jews from that little village, from that little town. And his dream was to bring a BNI delegation to Israel. Now, he told me this in the midst of the 400 people walking around, and oh, my dream is to come to Israel with a BNI delegation. Say, great, great, sure, sure. And that's it. And then about a few weeks later, he sent me an email and he said, "Okay, I have a delegation and we're coming to Israel." And so they came, 20 BNI members, and I organized an event for them, like an Israel Italian BNI networking event, which was very fun and lively in a Jaffa port, in the Tel Aviv port, and it was such a lovely event. So just things happen. You say yes to one thing, and then something else happens. And I love these gifts life has to offer.
Awesome, awesome. Well, do me a favor. Let us know, where can people find you if they want to learn more about you, know more about your business.
I will be happy to post, first of all, the links to the BNI, to my articles, my posts on my blog. There I have also some video, like I attended the BNI International Conference in Warsaw, and I probably come to Madrid too. Are you coming by any chance?
I'm working on it.
Okay. I mean, you also have events in the US. It's much easier.
I have something already booked that I'm trying to change. It's just not being an easy one to change.
Okay. And yeah, there are lots of events, so it's always nice to come. So yeah, sure. I'll post, it's lichitranslations.com or lichiblog.co.il. And I love doing BNI. I think it's a wonderful platform. So it has so many benefits. So I'm always happy to chat or discuss with anyone that's thinking about it or want to do some more international work. Nowadays, it's really much easier because there are many more chapters and groups and WhatsApp groups and BNI Connect. It's easier.
It
So
is.
just
It is
just do
much
it, right? Just do it.
So in just a moment, I'm going to ask any last comments that you have for us in Doing Business International. But we do have, again, so this is a Abhiva comment, which I probably messed up, from BNI India. Hello, I apologize if I said.
Hi.
You
I have
might
been
be better at saying how do you pronounce his name?
Abhinav Garmat.
Okay.
And thank you for your comments.
Thank you. Yes, love BNI. Thank you, BNI.
Yeah.
Totally. And for those of you looking to grow, we do have our 5-day referral challenge is happening in July. Now, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube after the fact another time, we host these a couple of times a year. So if you want to join us for more referrals, the 5-day referral challenge, the link is there on the screen. But as I promised, any last thoughts or ideas that you should share with the BNI members for doing business internationally?
Well, I would suggest you, if you want to do some BNI work, have your materials in English, because or your company profile, your LinkedIn profile, have some material in English because so people can relate to you. Go visit chapters. You can schedule one-to-ones with people from all over the world. Join BNI GPT. It's on LinkedIn. There's a group there. And you're welcome to contact me. It's a pleasure to be on this live. Lovely to meet you. Yeah, Tiffanie, it's a pleasure to be with you. And I think that those are my ideas. Maybe there are more, but I don't know.
Well, thank you so very much for helping us be better at BNI with doing business internationally. Next week, we're going to chat about being a better speaker inside of BNI. We hope to see everyone there. Happy networking, y'all.
Thank you so much.